Hey guys, I want to go ahead and welcome all of my new subscribers and viewers. I wanted to let you know that I did post a link in the description down below of reviews I've had, so if you want to go check those out. While I lay the cards out, I'm going to be telling you what I saw in the meditative session for the for Leos in the month of April 2020. Okay, so this is actually something that I think you guys are going through some sort of healing. I saw, because you guys always come up as a lion, right? And I saw the lion that had something on his paw, or her paw, lioness, like a shard of glass or something along those lines. And in the image, the little vision I was seeing, somebody came up to you and started pulling it out and healing you. So I feel like there's somebody that's going to be walking into your life this month. Now this could play out differently, obviously, because it is a general reading. It's going to play out differently for a lot of you. Maybe it's someone that you already know, or maybe it's someone that you're about to meet. Not that we're meeting a lot of people during this time, right? But maybe, hey, maybe it's online. It doesn't have to be in person. Interesting. But whatever change is happening, it's for the better. I do see a lot of healing coming in for you. Now, when this person approached you, oh, look at this. That's beautiful. At the bottom of the deck, we get the Lovers. In this deck, I love how it portrays the lovers. Like, it's just it's not sexual, but it's just this very intimate energy, right? Like, they are so comfortable with each other. They're just wrapped up in their energy together. It's just beautiful to me. So let's go ahead and start getting into the reading. The first card that came out was the High Priestess. Let's go ahead and clarify that and see what comes up for the High Priestess. Clarifying the High Priestess for Leo. Oh, wow. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we get the Five of Wands. So Five of Wands could imply internal conflict. I'm saying internal because the High Priestess. So this is happening inside of you. And look at this. The clarifying cards we got for the High Priestess are the Two of Swords, the Hierophant, the Temperance card, and the Death card. So this is important because Two of Swords implies, you see how there's all this water behind her and the moon is up here? Water is emotional energy, right? Because that's why the cups represent our emotions. So in this one, this to me, with her blocking her heart chakra, the moon there and the water behind her, represents holding the emotions in. The moon, keeping it secret, not really expressing it to anybody else. So whatever it is that you're feeling, whatever pain, with the Death card here, whatever transformation you're feeling, the High Priestess and the Two of Swords together imply you holding it in. You're not letting anybody know. Now, these are three major arcanas that popped up to clarify. The Hierophant, the Temperance card, and the Death card. So with the Hierophant, this could imply a couple of different things. This could be a Taurus that you're dealing with. It could also imply maybe some structure in your life, like organized religion, maybe a tradition that you've had throughout generations in your family. This is being transformed with the Death card, right? With the Temperance, you're blending it with something else. So maybe you're taking your religious beliefs and blending them with new things that you've learned or with new knowledge that you've acquired. If it's a tradition, you're also taking this tradition, maybe blending it with somebody else's tradition if you're mixing families. But with the Death card, it is causing some sort of internal transformation that you're not really talking about right now. Either way, with the Judgment, I think you do, in the Hierophant here, you do feel Temperance. Sorry, I don't know why I keep calling it Judgment. With the Temperance card and the Hierophant, it feels divinely inspired, right? With the high priestess as well. It's the mixture of, oh, I didn't even mention that actually. Look at this. This is basically, to me, he's like a high priest, right? And she's the high priestess. So together, this is the two spectrums of spirituality: dogma, doctrine, religion, and just spiritual beliefs, spiritual mindset. And maybe that's what you're combining right now. Whatever it is you're combining, though, it's working out for you. It makes you feel whole. It makes you feel very like you can transform internally with this. Now, sorry, Six of Pentacles is the next card. Let's go ahead and clarify that and see what we get on that Six of Pentacles. Oh, okay. Clarify Six of Pentacles. So your mind is on your money. I can see why. The card underneath with the Ten of Wands. So you've got a lot of responsibilities, or maybe a lot of projects. This could play out, like I said, it's a general reading. It's going to play out differently for everybody. So this could be maybe a lot of people that you're responsible for right now. Maybe during the quarantine, you feel responsible for a large group of people. If it's at work, even if you're working from home, you feel like maybe now that people can't fulfill their jobs as well, you're going to have to take on a larger chunk of responsibility. Maybe bills are piling up. Whatever it is, you feel like this is a heavy burden. Now, with the Six of Pentacles being the card that comes out next, I think that because the responsibilities are, oh, look at that. Underneath the nine of, underneath the Ten of Pentacles, we get the Nine of Wands. Why did I say Ten of Pentacles? Underneath the Ten of Wands, sorry, we get the Nine of Swords. I can't talk. So it's creating a lot of anxiety for you. And I think the reason for it, Six of Pentacles, you have a very generous heart. You want to be the one providing for other people. You want to be the one, you know, giving to the less fortunate. Maybe you're part of a charity program. Maybe it's not charity to a large group of people. It could just be your neighbors, friends, family. But Six of Pentacles does imply giving to those that don't have as much as you have. But look at this. The clarifying cards for that is the Five of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and Three of Pentacles. So I find it interesting that the Pentacles are declining. You'll notice that. Start off at 6, then we went to 5, and now we're at 3. It's not bad, because I know that your heart is in the right place, but I do feel like you're giving so much that your supplies are dwindling rapidly. And the Five of Pentacles could imply getting to a point where you can't even sustain yourself. With the Four of Cups, it's not that you have to be apathetic to other people's situation. I'm not encouraging that. But I do think that if other people don't take care of themselves, it's not really your job to have to take care of them. Three of Pentacles implies working together. So instead of just giving, maybe start trading things. So let's say someone can't, I don't know, someone is running low on food. Like, okay, well, exchange it for something else. Maybe you can cut my yard, or you can clean my house. You know what I mean? It's got to be a little bit of a give and take, because the Six of Pentacles, if you look at the way the pentacles are built, the ones up here are smaller than the ones down here, which means unequal distribution. Somebody is getting the better end of this deal. And at the end of the day, it's better for everybody to get equal, right? It should be equally distributed. Now, if this is a love relationship, with the Six of Pentacles, again, one of you is giving more than the other. One of you feels like a beggar, and the other one feels like, well, I'll give to you whenever the fuck I feel like it. Which I wouldn't encourage in a relationship, because, now let's translate this to relationship instead of Pentacles. With the Five of Pentacles, someone's going to feel left out in the cold. It's going to feel very isolated. Whoever it is that's always asking for attention, asking for time, is going to feel alone. Yeah, like they're not really, there's no warmth, basically. Let me put it that way. Four of Pentacles. It's going to turn to a situation where you start losing interest, you start becoming indifferent, you start becoming, there's a lot of apathy and like, meh, I guess, you know, it's not, there's no passion involved anymore. You're not excited about this connection anymore. With the Three of Pentacles, yes, you are working towards, you do understand that it requires a solid amount of time, effort, and energy to be able to build this relationship. But are you both giving the same amount? That's what you need to start thinking about, though. The Seven of Pentacles is the next card. Now, this could be taken a couple of different ways, okay? Seven of Pentacles could show either the fruits of your labor finally paying off, you know. It does show someone that is cutting fruit off of a tree. So basically they've nurtured it, they've watered it, they've grown it to the point where they can reap the benefits of their hard work. Or it could imply that even after all that hard work, the bounty wasn't enough. Let's clarify, see which one of those it is for you. Seven of Pentacles. Oh, okay. So it's the good one. So the first card that came out was Seven of Cups. Then we've got the King of Pentacles. And now we've got the Two of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. So this is romantic. This is not work related. With the Knight of Cups being the overall energy. Whatever you've invested into. So with the King of Pentacles, this could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Whatever time and energy and effort you've invested into this person is paying off now. Seven of Cups and the Knight of Cups. It's turning into a very, I don't want to say your ideal relationship because that sounds really unrealistic. But I think that's the problem here. With the Seven of Cups, you're not sure if this is too good to be true. It feels too good to be true. That's not necessarily the case though, because the King of Pentacles is solid. He's not someone that's going to be selling you dreams. This is about as solid as you can get. What he says, he means. Any promises he makes, he will fulfill. So with the Two of Pentacles though, I think that he is kind of just going with the flow for now. The investment with the Seven of Pentacles, the investment you've made in this person is solid. How do I put this? Let me show you how my mind works. The 7 plus the 2 is 9, and then the King is a 10. So there's a solid connection here. It's the ultimate you can get to in stability, in I can't think of solidness, right? So this person isn't going anywhere. You're not going anywhere, but it does feel very dreamy right now. So it could be in the beginning stages of, you know, when you start talking to someone, everything feels perfect. And I think you're a little worried that it's just that. It's just a flirtation. It's something that's going to dissolve, and it won't. I'm just telling you right now. I mean, look at this. The Lovers is the overall card. This is, just enjoy it. Let me put it that way. Enjoy the beginning stages. Enjoy the flirtation. Enjoy the getting to know each other, the deepening the connection. Just enjoy it. There's nothing, it's not going to evaporate. It's not going to dissolve. This person is here to stay. Even if they do come across like the knight in shining armor. It's okay. They truly mean it. The next card we get here is the Princess of Wands. In this deck, it's the Princess. Most of you know it as the Page of Wands. So I think that this is feeling very exciting to you. So remember in the first in the meditative session, I was telling you that I saw the lion freeze when this person walked up to them. I think this is what's going on with you. It feels so good that you're freaking out a little bit. Let's clarify this Page of Wands. There's actually a term for that, and I don't actually remember it right now. But there's a term for when people are so used to their life being so fucked up that when they get a little bit of happiness, they're like, okay, something bad is about to happen, because they're not used to being happy. Be careful with that mindset, Leo. look at this. You've got the Magician at the bottom of the baby tarot. So you've manifested this. You have been, like, let's say you're working on your self-talk. Before, you would be very negative, very pessimistic, very, you know, half glass empty type of mentality. And now with the Magician, I see a more optimistic view. So let's say you're working on your visualizations, your affirmations, and you're pulling it in. It's working, FYI, in case you were wondering. Look at this. We get the Page of Wands, clarified by the Two of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Strength card, which is you, Leo, at your highest vibration. So I'm like already getting excited for you. Two of Wands. This King is very masculine. And I think that you are highly enjoying that. Leo is already a pretty strong sign. So if you're, let's say you're a female Leo and you're used to being more masculine than the guys you date, and it's kind of exasperating because you want your partner to be more masculine than you are. This person is the one. They come up as the King of Wands and Two of Wands clarifying, which Two of Wands astrologically is Mars and Aries. So they have a very take charge type of attitude, very, they're naturally a leader. They don't just have the idea, they actually make a plan and follow through with it. And I think you're very blown away by this, but excuse me, with the two wand cards here equaling the three is okay, you've put in the work, now you're just waiting for it to manifest, right? But I also want to say another interpretation I've noticed of the three is that it's a little bit of an apprehensive attitude. So if you think about the Three of Wands, it's someone off in the distance watching their ships come in, right? They already did all the work to make it happen. Now they're just waiting for the results to come in. But at the same time, they're sitting there waiting like, when? So I feel that's the energy I'm feeling here with you. You're excited. You're really happy that this person is so masculine, but you are a little apprehensive, like, is it actually going to play out the way I think it is? Is it not? But ultimately, we've got Four Wands here. This is stable. This is going to work out. And I see a really nice progression here. Don't freak out. It's all good. One more thing. With the Strength card here, you may be withholding how you really feel towards this person. Probably because it's in the beginning stages and you're not sure if it's actually going to fully develop. I would also warn about that. A person that is this comfortable in their own skin as the King of Wands, they're going to want you to be just as upfront, just as honest, just as transparent. So withholding is not really what I would recommend. Remember, you got the Lovers as the overall card. You see this? They're both vulnerable. They're both being very open. And I think that people underestimate how appealing raw vulnerability can be, even sexually. Like when someone is like totally, maybe because I'm like Scorpio, when someone is totally vulnerable with you, it's actually kind of sexy. So don't underestimate that. Just saying. All right. Next card we get here is the Queen of Swords. See, I'm going to clarify that, but I'm telling you, you're being a little bit more cold than you're used to being. Let's clarify that Queen of Swords. Oh, that was a lot of cards, but we're going to take them. Look at this. Judgment as the overall energy, clarifying that one. So this feels like something inside of you is awakening that hasn't been awoken in a long time. Because the Judgment card is about, you know, an angel calling forth the people from the dead. So whatever is being pulled from you, you thought was dead and gone, it's not. And that, I'm telling you, that's freaking you out. But Leo, you're not a little bitch. Don't act like one. Excuse me. So, Queen of Swords. You see her, her stance? Her eyes are closed. And she's like looking, she's like meditating, holding her sword like she's just ready to cut someone. I think that you're a little defensive. Um, yeah. Whatever you've been through in your past relationships have put you on your guard. You're just like, when something's too good to be true, it's because it is. It's not. No, I'm going to disagree with that. That's wrong. Sometimes things just feel really good because they're meant for you. And look at the clarifying cards. Two of Cups, the Hermit, Nine of Cups, Seven of Swords, and the Empress. Do you see what I'm saying, Leo? The Two of Cups. This is, I can't even describe to you how amazing this connection is for you. With the Two of Cups, you see the caduceus on top of the two cups? That's a healing type of love. Both people are looking at each other like we're making vows. We're not that y'all are getting married, but it's like a, how do I put this? Like they're both making promises. They're both promising devotion, commitment. So whatever you're feeling, the other person that you're dealing with is feeling the same thing. It's not one-sided. You need to stop worrying about that. With the Hermit, though, I do think that because this cold energy is coming across, I do feel like this is, you may have Virgo energy, because this is a Virgo card, and Leo is right next to Virgo. So you may have Virgo energy, and you're kind of in your head a little bit. You're trying to analyze, but again, don't do that. This is not the time to get in your head. This is not an analytical type of situation. Overanalyzing is going to kill it. I'm telling you. Look at the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups, the advice is enjoy the moment. Just stop worrying. Okay. I want to touch on this subject. I'm going to go off a little tangent right now about worrying too much about whether we're going to get hurt or not. That's completely natural, but don't let that consume you. Like, yes, I'm not saying dive in without thinking about anything. I'm not saying that either. Obviously, think things through. But this person showing up as the King of Pentacles is showing solid commitment. They're really not, they're not playing around. If it is Capricorn energy or Taurus or Virgo, they're very earthy. They're very grounded. They're very realistic. They know what they're doing. Okay, you're just going to have to trust that they know what they're doing. But enjoy the moment and stop worrying about whether you're going to get hurt or not, Leo. If you enjoy the feeling, focus on that. Enjoy how you feel when you're around them. Enjoy how you feel when you're talking with them. What it feels like picturing your future together. Just enjoy the moment. Now, we do have the Seven of Swords and the Empress. I was like, yay, it's the first reading that doesn't have a third party. And then, okay, got me there. But going back to the original point, you could be a third party. Maybe that's why you're so apprehensive, which would be understandable. You know, maybe this person is committed elsewhere and you feel like, well, this isn't going to end well. As much as I don't recommend getting involved with someone that's already in a committed relationship, I do want to bring up the fact that sometimes for those of us who believe in the concept of past lives and believe in the concept of synastry and things of that nature, sometimes we're drawn to people in an irresistible way for a reason. Because I do believe everything happens for a reason. So even if later on we might think it was a really stupid mistake, there's just something about this person that brings out this Empress type of energy, and you become full of unconditional love and wanting to nurture and be tender with this person. And that may surprise you because Leo is, even though Leo is very bubbly and happy, it's not known to be, you know, super nurturing either. You're more playful and creative, and this is putting you in a very feminine role. You feel very feminine with this person. Look at this. I got this. I hope this doesn't fuel your paranoia, but we do have the Tower next. Let's clarify the Tower. Let's see what that's about. Tower. Okay, I see where your paranoia is coming from now. But there is hope. Okay. So we've got the King of Cups at the bottom of the baby tarot. This may have been a friendship that turned into a romance. Maybe you were friends with this person. You know that they're committed with someone else, but feelings started developing and one thing just led to another. And now you're here and you don't know what to do because it's a powerful feeling. And look at this. We've got the Tower, clarified by the Five of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. So I know you've been apprehensive because you don't want trouble, right? You don't want to start issues with anybody. You just don't want trouble. But you know what? You can't. With the Five of Swords and the Tower together, you can't avoid it. This is a this has a feeling of it's inevitable. Okay, let me put it that way. This is inevitable. It's happening. It's too late to stop it. Actions have been taken, words have been said that have put things into motion that you cannot stop anymore. But with the Seven of Pentacles, like I mentioned before, it's already come out. This is a solid investment. Whatever time and energy you've put into this person, it's giving fruit. Things are happening. The wheels have been put into motion. Okay? Now, the next card is the Devil. So, excuse me, I'm going to say that there's a little bit of obsession between you guys. Let's clarify that. But I am feeling with the overall energy being the Lovers, and then we've got the Tower and the Devil. There is a very sexual pull between you two. But it's not just sexual, but it goes deeper, right? There's an emotional facet to it. There's a bond between you two. Look at this. The Ace of Pentacles underneath. So there's already two aces. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. This feels not just passionate, but like I said, with the Ace of Pentacles, it's very grounded. It's very real. Now, there is a little bit of a, like I said, a little bit of an obsession, but look at this. Clarifying the Devil card, we get the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Eight of Cups, and the Five of Cups. With the Knight of Wands, it may move slowly, and I think that's where the apprehension is coming from for you. You think if it's moving slowly, it's because they don't plan to move at all. But the next card here we've got is the Eight of Pentacles. So with the Lovers, the Tower, and the Devil coming out, this person, you're on this person's mind regardless of what they're doing. They can be working, they can be taking a shower, they can be eating lunch, drinking their coffee, whatever they're doing, you're on this person's mind. They're not taking this lightly. But Page of Wands is here, the second time it's come out. So maybe the way that both of you are expressing yourselves, it's very light. It's just very flirty, very playful. You're not really getting into, like, you're skirting around certain topics. And ultimately, that's going to leave you feeling like, should I just walk away from this? However, Five of Cups is here. If you walk away from this, there's going to be a lot of regret, a lot of what ifs. Oh, how does it go? Woulda, shoulda, coulda. There's going to be a lot of that. I would not suggest that. And again, I'm not encouraging third-party connections, but I do know that sometimes there's things, like I said, they're inevitable. They pull you towards this like irresistible force that you're not going to be able to fight. No, I don't have the Kron, okay? Just so y'all know. All right. Next card is the Nine of Cups. Let's clarify that. Because look at this. We get the 9 and the 10 right next to each other. So your emotions just keep growing. Let's clarify the 9. Okay, underneath the deck, we've got the Page of Swords. I think both of you are stalking the other person. You may be keeping track of all of their social media, all the way from LinkedIn to Snapchat to Facebook to Instagram. You keep track of all their social media, but they're doing the same with you. Look at this. The Nine of Cups is clarified by the Queen of Swords, the Emperor, and the Star card. Look. The Emperor and the Empress together. I'm telling you, this is a strong connection. Strong fucking connection. Okay. So with the Queen of Swords coming out twice, like I said, you're being very how do I put this? You're being very selective with your words. Maybe you haven't crossed certain lines, because with the Queen of, I do feel a very careful energy. You're being very careful about what you say. You're being very careful about what topics you approach. There's just a very controlled, with the Emperor here, there's a very controlled energy. Being very careful. Both of you are, because the Emperor is the masculine. So I will say the Emperor coming out to clarify the Nine of Cups, the masculine party in this connection is very happy. Like, it's creating this really strong sense of, actually both of you are, because the Queen of Swords got the Nine of Cups too. So both of you are feeling this very, like, you're just so, you might be humming throughout the day. All of a sudden the sun seems brighter, music seems sweeter. You know what I mean? That type of energy. With the Star card, there's a lot of healing going on. Like I said, remember I said at the meditative session, the lion that was approached by this person, removing the shard, it froze, but there was, a healing, the tending of that wound, taking care of it. So both of you are probably doing this to each other. It's a very healing energy. You may be feeling it slightly more than the other person, but it's definitely there for both of you. It's very loving. I like it. I like it. I don't know what to say. All right, last card being the Ten of Cups. So I do want to say, with the Lovers and the Ten of Cups here, this is the type of connection that you feel is irreplaceable. Like, nobody could top what you feel for this person. Nobody could equal the happiness that they bring forth in you. The feeling of wanting to form a family with this person is quite strong. Let's clarify Ten of Cups. Wow. Okay, that's a lot, but we'll take them. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Knight of Swords, and I'm laughing because underneath the Lovers, look what we've got. Knight of Swords. So basically, both of you are running full force towards this connection. There's no avoiding it. Even if you are a little hesitant, even if you are a little apprehensive, even if you freeze because you don't know what to do, you're gonna run full force into it. You just can't avoid it. Okay, now we're clarifying the Ten of Cups. Look at these cards. We get the Four of Wands, the Moon card, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Six of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. So, Four of Wands, this person already feels like home. Whether, you know, you ever shared a home with them before or not. Because with the Six of Cups, it could be an ex coming back. But with the Four of Wands, there's definitely a feeling of I'm home with this person, which is a beautiful feeling. With the Moon card, I do want to say, let's focus on these three cards together. The Moon card, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. So I think that there's a lot of things that you were pretty sure with the Nine of Pentacles, you were pretty sure you were happy, you were independent, you didn't really need anybody. That this person brings out a lot of things that were hidden, a lot of things that were maybe repressed and not talked about for yourself. And with the Nine of Swords, you may get to a point sometimes where you can't sleep. You're overanalyzing, overthinking a lot of your conversations. But I honestly feel like this is a good thing. Like sometimes it may get you a little stressed out, it may get you a little full of anxiety, but whatever things are being brought to the surface, it's healing for you. It's things that you had to understand. It's things that you had to see, either of yourself or relationships in general. Now, Six of Cups is here, so this is going to play out differently for everybody because it is a general reading. This could be an ex that's coming back, but it could also be someone from a past life. And that's why it's so shocking to you that when you come across them, you feel like you've known them forever, even if it's just a short amount of time that you've known them. Now, if it is an ex, with the Page of Pentacles, there's probably an apology coming. There's a lot of, it's a very grounded, and even if it is a page, there's the only page that reaches King because it's Pentacles. So whatever they're saying, because we do have the King here, you know that it's actually going to develop into something solid, into something long-lasting, into a commitment. Now, if it is an ex, their apology is just solid. They're putting time and energy and effort into making this grow. So, Leo. there's I don't even know what to say. That's a lot. I would just suggest to get out of your head, focus on keep nurturing this connection. You can't avoid it. Just letting you know, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. I do want to ask you guys to go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to the channel and share the video. And let me know what you think about it down below. Thank you guys.